It used to have a name. A family. A fire to return to. That was before the winter. Origin Protocol. Incident File 011. Entity Designation, Void, D-011. Classification, Void Class Entity. Danger Level, Apex. Sector Depth Operational Zone. Current Containment Status, Uncontained. It is still out there. It is still hungry. It has been hungry for a very long time. February 1878. Northern Ontario. A trapping party of 6 men entered the boreal forest. They were experienced. They knew the territory. They carried enough supplies for 3 weeks. The winter extended to 7. Supply caches were buried under 4 meters of snow. Temperatures dropped to -42. By week 5, 2 men had died of exposure. By week 6, the remaining 4 were consuming leather and bark. Their names were Thomas Flett, Joseph Ray, Henry Blackwood, and a man recorded only as Michel. Michel was the youngest. He had a daughter in Kenora he had never met. He died on the 41st day. The other 3 did not report what happened next. They were found in March by a search party. There were only 3 of them. There should have been 4. The Algonquian nations documented Wendigo formation for thousands of years before European contact. The oral records are precise. Isolation. Starvation. The crossing of a specific threshold. After that threshold, the subject is no longer classified as human. The hunger does not stop after consumption. It accelerates. Each feeding increases the entity's size. Each increase in size increases the hunger proportionally. It can never be satisfied. It is, by structural definition, impossible to contain through deprivation. 17 formation events were documented between 1872 and 1931 in the boreal zone alone. Each case began the same way. A winter that ran too long. A group that ran too short on supplies. And one survivor who came back wrong. January 1907. The Swift Runner case is the most documented formation event in Origin Protocol records. Swift Runner was a Cree trapper from Alberta. He had a wife. 6 children. He spent the winter of 1878 in the bush with his family. In spring, he returned alone. He told the Northwest Mounted Police that his family had starved. The police found the camp. They found evidence inconsistent with starvation. Swift Runner was arrested. Under questioning, he stated that something had entered him during the winter. That the hunger had become larger than he was. That he had watched himself from somewhere above his own body. He was executed in September 1879. He was the first person legally executed in the Northwest Territories. Before his execution, he told the attending officer, "It is still inside me. Execution will not remove it. It will find another winter." Origin Protocol classification requires precision. The Wendigo is not a supernatural entity. It is a transformation protocol embedded in human biology under extreme conditions. The threshold is specific. Consumption of human flesh under survival duress activates a cascade sequence. Serotonin collapse. Dopamine restructuring. Prefrontal cortex degradation. The result is an organism that retains human motor function and partial memory but has lost the neural architecture required for empathy, restraint, or satiation. The entity grows. Adult specimens have been estimated at 4 to 6 meters in height based on track evidence. The cold does not affect it. It was made by the cold. Its known weakness is fire, the one element it cannot metabolize. Fire is the only tool confirmed to cause sustained retreat. Not destruction. Retreat. The Algonquian nations developed a containment protocol over thousands of years. It was not designed to destroy the entity. They understood it could not be destroyed. It was designed to keep it moving. Wendigo follows warmth. It follows the smell of fires and living bodies. The protocol used controlled burns, fires lit at intervals through the forest to create corridors. The entity moves toward fire, then retreats when it reaches the source. Properly managed, the burns kept the entity in a predictable circuit, away from settlements. This protocol was maintained continuously for generations. It required coordination across entire nations. It required someone to maintain the fires through the worst winters. Those people had a title. The title translates, approximately, as, the ones who stand between. Jack Fiddler was an Ojibwe elder and shaman who claimed to have killed 14 Wendigo over his lifetime. The Northwest Mounted Police arrested him in 1907 for murder. His victims, he stated, were individuals in the early stages of transformation. He acted before the threshold was crossed. He acted to protect his community. The court did not accept this defense. Fiddler was 77 years old when arrested. He escaped from custody 3 days before his scheduled trial. His body was found the following morning. He had hanged himself from a spruce tree. His brother, also arrested, died in prison months later. The fires they had maintained for decades went untended that winter. Origin protocol records indicate a significant increase in disappearances in the region the following 3 years. The controlled burn protocol was never formally re-established after Fiddler's death. The communities that maintained it dispersed. The knowledge of the fire corridors was partially lost. Origin protocol current assessment, 43 active void entities estimated in the boreal zone between northern Ontario and Manitoba. The number is unverified. Tracking is complicated by the entity's ability to move 200 kilometers in a single night. Modern settlements in the region report elevated missing persons rates between December and March. These cases are filed under exposure and misadventure. They are not investigated as predation events. The fires that held them back for 10,000 years are no longer being lit. It is winter. It is always winter somewhere in the boreal zone. And it is always hungry. Cross-reference. Origin protocol cross-reference, 17 Wendigo formation events documented between 1872 and 1931. All cases involve prolonged isolation and starvation. Current estimate, 43 active entities in the boreal zone. Number unverified. Tracking is ongoing. End of file.